wanting to visit King Harold's grave. I have been on record saying this. King Harold is an op. He is an op. I said something smelled fishy and it wasn't Gunko. I'm not gonna lie, the way that people were talking about this chapter, I'm talking about chapter 1140 and what happened at the end. We're back after break and a lot of shit hit the fan in this chapter. You had Luffy and Zoro versus Gaban. You had the Holy Knights. A lot of them are here. They're getting ready to play a game. Is this God Valley 2.0? Let's talk about it. At the end of the last chapter, we had some Gaban gas, and he took the key, challenged Luffy, and I guess you could argue Zoro, honestly, everybody in the room. He said, hey, steal the key from me if you can. Luffy, he's looking at Gaban. He's like, old man, what the hell are you talking about? Steal the key? Just give me the fucking key. And this has Zoro thinking back to what Colin said, was like, my father was a strong pirate, or is a strong former pirate, and nobody or none of the warriors of Elbaph have ever defeated him. And so Zoro's like, something seems fishy about this old man. And you have Luffy, who's in his base form, just trying to steal the key, and Gaban, obviously being as strong as he is, not necessarily as strong as his prime, but we know these old heads that even though they're no longer in their primes, they could still do some damage, because as Luffy's trying to grab the key, Gaban just weave to the left, weave to the right, just dodging, bobbing, not letting Luffy get the key. All of a sudden, Gaban, he coats the key in hockey, and so some people, they see black lightning. The moment you see black lightning, you assume it's conquerors. I think that I don't think it's conquerors, right? I think that Zoro and Luffy would react to it a specific way if they did, or it was conquerors. Nevertheless, it's a possibility. Black lightning, like I said, I don't think it is, but he ends up coding the key in hockey, and Luffy ends up getting hit by it. Nami's reacted like, hey, this old man, he's not just a quack, he's actually strong. Luffy pops back up, still in base. He's starting to get a little bit pissed. He's like, all right, bro, give me the key. And then Gaban takes a little bit of a jab, or well, I guess technically he does know where the hat came from, but he's trying to, I guess, rile Luffy up. He's like, hey, wouldn't a helmet suit you better? And Luffy's like, man, of course not. This is a treasure that Shanks entrusted to me. And then Gaban said, entrusted? Didn't he just give it to you? What a stingy man. Obviously, because it has a relationship to Shanks, has a relationship to Roger. We know, well, slight spoilers for the rest of the chapter, that Shanks, he did visit Gaban, probably similar to what he did to Rayleigh, because of course Shanks still has a relationship with everyone a part of the Roger crew, at least those that are alive. So visiting Rayleigh, visiting Gaban, visiting Crocus, and any other of the remaining crew, Shanks definitely probably does that from time to time. And so after Gaban is still attacking Luffy, who, like I said, is in base, and I'll talk about that a little bit later, but you know, he ends up hitting Luffy with the key, or the key is put in Luffy's mouth, throws the key at him, and then all of a sudden he whips out his two axes, and Zoro's like, oh shit, hold up, because Gaban says a named attack. Luffy pops up and is about to attack him, and Zoro says dodge it, and then all of a sudden Zoro, he steps into the fight, and to me it appears that he blocked the attack. Some people might say differently, but to me, based off of the paneling, it looks like Zoro stepped in and blocked a named attack by Scopper Gaban. Now, something that I do want to mention, I did make a video where I ranked the Elbaph, well, not the warriors of Elbaph, but the different pirates and different characters that are at Elbaph so far, and I ranked them according to strength. I had Gaban at 5. I said he could go up. I gotta see what he can do, but I had him at 5. And somebody in my comments was like, based off of what happened in the spoilers, it looks like Gaban, I might have ranked him too low. And that's very well fair, but at the same time, Zoro and Luffy, they did not get serious until Gaban got serious. So once Gaban did a named attack, that's when Zoro and Luffy both went into gear 5th, and it appears like Zoro, he coated his blades black, and so they were ready to box right then and there. That's not to do Gaban dirty. He did his thing, but also want to say that, like I said, Zoro and Luffy were not even serious until after Gaban he threw down the gauntlet. Now I also want to mention that people talk about base Luffy this. I need y'all to realize that whenever he fought against Kaido, like I said, well, number one, Luffy wasn't really trying. We didn't see him use any future sight, didn't see him use any Ryo, any advanced conquerors. But even when he fought against Kaido, he was using all that, and Kaido fought down to Luffy's level. So I think people gas up base Luffy a lot, and rightfully so, because shit, he's still pretty strong. But at the same time, I don't think that he's as strong as people make him out to be. And well, like I said, he didn't showcase any of that in this chapter. This was Gaban obviously testing Luffy, saying, hey, he has a good crew, the fact that Zoro stepped in to save him. And once Zoro and Luffy got serious and they're getting ready to attack, Gaban said, all right, bros, I surrender. I'm good off this. Says that the key is theirs, and Road, he wants to go ahead and inform Luffy who this man is, but Gaban goes ahead and stops, and he's like, as long as Elbaph is safe, once everything is over and you guys are ready to leave, come visit me again. And this is probably where he'll talk about Shanks, probably talk about his relationship to Roger, who he is, and expose himself. He's going to have a conversation similar to Rayleigh probably, and so I'm looking forward to that conversation. Need to know what all Gaban is going to say. And I say that, but at the same time, maybe Gaban might get into the fight later in the arc. I'm not entirely sure, but at the same time, we know how much people try to leave stuff for the next generation. As I mentioned, there was a conversation between Gaban and Shanks where Gaban's like, hey, do you really think that your words enough is for me to trust him, Shanks? And so Gaban is not obviously trusting Luffy, needs to see his actions, and Shanks like, hey, do as you please. And obviously seeing Luffy right here and actually exchanging blows with him. I think from Windbreaker, I forgot, Umemiya was like, hey, if you're able to fight someone, you're able to speak different words or have a conversation between someone. So obviously seeing Luffy's intent here, seeing the type of person he is, and if he wanted to, that he definitely could have beaten the shit out of Gaban. Well, let me not say it like that, but he definitely could have beaten Gaban up, knowing his intentions. That's why he did what he did, tested Luffy, and then surrendered whenever they were about to get serious. But if you guys have made it this far into the video and you're enjoying the content, let me know by leaving a like, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video. I pump out different One Piece content almost each and every day. We cut to the Owl Library. The different kids, they are talking about, hey, look up, Sensei, there's a bird in the sky. And obviously that bird would have been Gunko, and it looks like they're getting ready to abduct the kid. We also get introduced to two other holy knights. The first one is Saint Somas and the other is Saint Killingham. It looks like they're still at Mary Joa, prepping and getting ready to head to Elbaph because of Gunko trying to inform them that, yeah, you guys need to get here, we're about to do something, we need more reinforcements, need assistance. And all of a sudden they're sitting up here not even prepared. Gunko sits up in here and teleports them to Elbaph. They're like, yo, we were just chilling in Mary Joa, why the hell are we here? And apparently it looks like Shamrock, he is going to be taken back to Mary Joa, which I'm a little bit disappointed in that, because I think that him being here and what he did to Loki, saying, hey, if you're able to survive this, come challenge me, that's pretty cool. And I think, and maybe he won't end up going back until a little bit later, I do definitely think that Luffy has to meet Shamrock first before he goes back to Mary Joa. But the reason why he is headed back is because it's an order from the highest ranks. I assume that's the Gorosei, and maybe more specifically Garlic, his father. But we know what all happened with the food supply at Mary Joa. It's in a critical state, and so the situation ever since the reverie has changed, and his presence there is very important to the people. So that's why they want him back in Mary Joa. The Figureland family, they might have the best or the highest pedigree of all the families in Mary Joa. And so the newer holy knights, they are finally ready. They're getting ready to abduct the children, and they're going to have to take them by ship because apparently only those who bear the mark are granted passage through the abyss. And I assume that means that they're the only individuals that can transport via the summoning circle, which that gives us a little bit more insight onto how that works. I wonder exactly what the mark is. And I know I rambled a little bit about Shamrock going back, but I'm not entirely sure why as of now he's still here, because he says let's turn this into a game. So then does that mean that they're trying to come here so that they can hurry up and have everything situated so that Shamrock can go back immediately? I'm not sure, but him saying let's turn this into a game, in my intro I talked about this being God Valley 2.0. It very well could be, because we know how the celestial dragons treat everything as a game, treat everything as amusement, because they essentially have everything that the world has to offer. How they feed devil fruits to individuals to use as amusement, and then God Valley hunting the different individuals, and they called them rabbits. They do that for amusement and sport and just entertainment in general. So I wonder, them abducting the children here, like, are they treating this, like I said, as a game, and is this going to be God Valley 2.0? And so the people that are here, there are 4 Holy Knights, there are 5 Straw Hats, I think, that are remained here somewhere in the area. We know Frankie dipped, but if my memory serves me correctly, Sanji, Brook, Robin, Jinbei, and Chopper, they should still be here. So it's 5v4. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, there's 4 Holy Knights, there's 4 Straw Hats that are really strong, Zoro, Luffy, Sanji, and Jinbei. I wonder if that's what the matchups are going to be. I do think that the Straw Hats that are here are going to try to hold them off, and then some of them are also going to try to assist the Giants in escaping. I'm not gonna lie, these Holy Knights, they look raw. I said this a couple chapters. Oh, I forgot to mention, they talked about wanting to visit King Harold's grave. I have been on record saying this. King Harold is an op. He is an op. I said something smelled fishy, and it wasn't Gunko. I didn't think that Loki was a bad person. I also didn't think he was a saint. I definitely think Loki had some twisted things in his mind, because Shanks isn't going to just willy-nilly go ahead and attack someone and go ahead and imprison them. But King Harold is fishy. Why would people of the world government, specifically the Holy Knights, why would they want to visit his grave? But yeah, I said this a while ago that I wonder if there were going to be more than 1 Holy Knights that were summoned, and it was 2. So I'm looking forward to what happens in the next chapter, especially because there's not a break next week. But thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know how you guys feel about chapter 1140 in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Hit the notification bell so you guys never miss out on a new video from my Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. It's on the screen and in the description below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and don't forget to unleash your potential.